everybody. On today's Madge Unmuted, we talk about Christmas songs, ones we love, ones we hate, and ones that are a bit disturbing. Come on and join us. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your hostess, Madge Madigan. Welcome. And with me, as always, is Fitz.
'Tis I.
Of Rock
Oh,
Fox.
look at me all the way down here, and you're all the way up there. What kind of a place did you decide to do your podcast
It's a
at?
great place. You can do the best things.
I
at
thought you wanted your
Rock Fox-
close-up right now. That's why.
Rock Fox Studios. No. Rockfox.com.
Oh,
Fitz.
hi.
He's the man.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm so excited. Like I say that every week, but well,
You're an excitable person.
I am.
I just get hot.
Voices.
Those voices that you hear.
I'm gonna do a podcast. Oh yeah.
That's not
I'm
Jesus.
here for my second annual You Should Hate These Christmas Songs Like We Do. That's a different name. It's Scott Spezzano and Sean Patrick McGraw
Yay.
Howdy doody.
Howdy.
for a repeat performance.
Yeah. I had to try to think of new shitty songs to think of for Christmas. This is horrible.
I just recycled last year.
I was wondering which we dissed last year. We didn't talk about the ones that we thought were good last year. We just talked about
Yes.
right?
That's a new twist. Okay, let me first tell you, Sean Patrick McGraw. He is a singer-songwriter from Nashville, Tennessee, and Dunkirk homeboy, and music scholar. And we have DJ legend from 98.9 The Buzz, Rochester DJ legend, and everywhere legend, just legend, period, and musical scholar as well, Scott Spezzano.
Thank you. Oh, very glad to be here.
Welcome. Gentlemen, start your engines.
I
So
like
the topic. The topic is like good Christmas songs
Okay.
or bad Christmas songs.
Here's what we're going to do. 3 Christmas songs you like, or 3 your favorite Christmas songs, 3 Christmas songs you hate, and then we'll have a bonus round of some really fucking weird shit that nobody knows.
I was just gonna ask you if we could cuss. Good.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to go first because I'm the host. I'm just going to tell you. So I'm going to go, and then each one of you go, and so I'll just kind of try and move this along here. I'm going to go backwards. Oh, you know what? I just added another category since we're all Catholic here. Your favorite hymn.
Him?
Mine is "Oh Holy Night."
You know what? I'm with you on that.
Isn't that a lovely?
Yeah.
That is wonderful. And when you get a great singer paired with that song, that is a singer's song if there ever was one, because it's got that, hear the angel voice, oh night divine, that part where you go for it at the end. If you put that in the right key and you're a vocalist, that's awesome with a great singer.
Yeah.
It's about the worst thing in the world with the bad one.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
Roseanne Barr.
I've got it. You led me right to the water. Christina Aguilera did a version of "Oh Holy Night." If you want "Oh Holy Nightmare," you can listen to that. Nothing wrong with Christina Aguilera. Love her, but she is trying way too hard.
It's not a song you can really R&B up. It's a little...
Yeah, she just trills and riffs through the whole thing, and it's
Holy
you.
nightmare.
That's one I think you need to show respect for. It's like when I hear people try to do too much with the national anthem, I feel the same way. It's like just respect the song,
Right.
And it's not about you. It's about communicating that thing.
Unpopular opinion,
Yes.
real quick, real aside. We'll have a lot of these, I know. I like how the 4 of us are. Unpopular opinion, I think the worst national anthem ever was Whitney Houston at the 91 Super Bowl.
I don't remember that off the top of my head.
It was too much.
Really?
Everyone says, oh, it was the best ever. It was too much. Way too much. Like you said, trills and vibrato and...
I don't know if I'd agree with you on that one. I thought it was pretty great.
That's why they call them opinions.
That's true. Well, yeah, it's like, I love it when someone expresses an opinion and people just go, "You're wrong." It's like, it's an opinion. You can't be right or wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can be wrong about facts, but opinions. Who gives a
I thought you were going to say Roseanne Arnold's version. Wasn't her Star Spangled Banner like top notch?
Oh yeah, that's why I was saying you don't want her doing "Oh Holy Night."
She spat at the end of it.
Hers is so absolutely terrible. I don't think it should even really be seriously considered. It's just
it was a joke.
She almost like mocked it or something. It was like she was mocking.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was just a comedy sketch.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm wrong.
Unlike Jim Neighbors' version of "Oh Holy Night," which was just hot. He had a voice.
That Gomer Pyle sure could sing.
And then he just stopped there.
Golly.
He's just trying to pick up somebody. Anyway, my three sons, my favorite Christmas songs. Number 3. I don't know if these are in the right order, but anyway, Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. Run DMC.
The Run DMC one?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and hot collard greens. Okay.
I need to hear this.
Nothing. Dude, Sean. Okay, yeah. Look that one up.
The hook starts with like donk 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 donk.
Oh yeah, I remember that
one. Yeah. The horn section.
Yeah, and I have something to relate to that later, so we'll circle back around.
I'm going to guess before you get to your next 2 that you and I are going to agree on your number 1. I have a feeling that you and I are going to have the same number 1. I don't want to say that before you get there.
We shall see.
I bet we do. Go ahead.
My number 2 is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
See, I was gonna suggest that maybe that's one of my. I have we talked about that last year. I love and hate that at the same time. It's like that performance it's wonderfully monotone in a way that I kind of something about that.
That was the whole 1981 new wave monotone shit. That's why I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it can go. I can go really kind of go either way with that. Like, some days I think I'd have to go, wow, that song's so cool. It's so of its time, and then other times you listen and go, wow, what were we thinking liking that back in the day? I don't know.
What song is it again?
Christmas Wrapping by the Waitress. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I guess I'll miss this one this year. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it has that horn part that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
And she sings it so monotone.
To the world's smallest turkey.
Yeah.
Conversely, one of the worst songs ever made was when the Spice Girls covered that.
Oh, God. Really?
1998.
That's one you just go, you can't cover that. It's the original is so, the recording is part of the genius of it. All the production and everything else about it. It's like, why? What a waste of time redoing that,
Yeah, and they tried to make it a dance tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna insert when it comes to that whole genre of girl groups. The Pussycat Dolls did Santa Baby, and it was like Pornhub on crack. It was just, if there were stripper poles, there should have been stripper poles in this video.
Awesome.
It was a live Christmas VH1 thing video that I saw. Pussycat Dolls doing Santa Baby. Eartha Kitt is rolling over in her grave and digging to hell.
Oh my God, it's disturbing.
I'm not a fan of the Madonna version of that. She kind of gets that too cutesy Betty Boopy kind of thing with it. Right? Just go, yeah.
I'll just tell you right now, that's on my worst list. The Santa Baby
concur.
Madonna version.
Yeah,
I should play you my parody for that. It's called Santa Buddy, and it's about eating food.
That'll be a bonus track.
Yeah, that'll be a bonus track, sure.
If you purchase the CD, the DVD. Anyway, as we were talking about earlier before we came on, we were talking about people who still use outdated technology. But some of it's good. Anyway, okay, number 1. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is.
You want to take a guess?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Fairy Tale of New York. Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
Oh
no!
You're wrong.
You're wrong. That is the best Christmas song ever. How can you not think that's the number 1?
You know what's funny?
Forget what I said about opinions. You're wrong if you don't think it's the greatest Christmas song.
No, it actually is one of my favorites, and I kind of forgot to put it in there. But I was actually I was working at the bar this weekend, and I was playing my Spotify list of Christmas music, and that came on, and I was like, hey, here's the most depressing Christmas song ever. And I'm like, it's gorgeous, but it's like, listen, and some of these people never heard it. Okay, this is Fairhaven, sorry. And I was trying to explain it. I'm like, see, like, it's these two people that, like, they love each other, but they hate each other, and then they ruin their lives, and they're drunk. And I'm like, just listen to it.
Losers in love. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But so I'll tell you real quick. My number one was, I know you probably hate it, but "Do They Know It's Christmas" by Band-Aid.
Oh God.
I think probably mostly for nostalgia reasons. I really, my FIMU girls from University of Maine, my sorority sisters, will know it was our jam.
I do love George Michael's kind of over singing on that song. He really kind of puts a little bit too much mustard on it, and it's you either find that kind of charming, or it's like, oh God, George, just
plus some hot sauce.
Put the brakes. Put about bring that back about 20%.
Yeah. I would get kind of cringy when Boy George comes on, but.
I like the Bono. I like the Lionel Richie. I like the who else?
Lionel Richie, he wasn't in that.
He was in Band-Aid.
Is that the one where Dylan's kind of
USA for Africa?
Was Dylan on that session? He's kind of like standing there, just like, you go.
That was USA for Africa.
Bob is like crazy high. It's just like
Band-Aid. Band-Aid was Bob Geldof with Live Aid and all that stuff, and it was all British people except for. Do you know who the American group that was in there?
David Hasselhoff. They love him in Europe.
It was
huge in Germany.
It was by fluke.
Went platinum in Germany because of him.
It was by fluke because they were on tour over there, and they caught wind of it, and I guess they called Bob Geldof and like pleaded to be on it.
Oh.
Kool and the Gang.
Get out! Really?
No idea.
Those like 3 black people that are in there, the only 3 black people.
Right.
I mean, come on. If Kool and the Gang wants to be involved, you gotta say yes.
Yeah,
very true.
Exactly.
You gotta let 'em.
So anyway, that's mine. Okay, Scotty, you want to go next? Thank you.
Best or worst, or a little bit of both?
We're gonna do favorite first, or best, whatever.
Favorites.
But then, if they.
I don't have. I have a top 3, but I can't put the number. Well, I guess I can put the number 1. I can put the number 1. Number 3 is, and I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's familiar. It's George Michael's Last Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's done by a band called Jimmy Eat World, and it really is good. The George Michael version, little cringeworthy, even though it's breathy and heartbreaking and whatever. But the Jimmy Eat World version really sounds great. Huh?
I said, who wants a fucking sad Christmas song? Yeah, that's like. You know what? I'm sorry. By the way, Sean, I also think the reason I'm touchy about that the fairy tale in New York is because it was the story of my marriage.
Oh, excellent.
Anyway, go ahead, Scott.
Close to home there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but every year I just stop when I hear this song. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I just stop and hear it, which is "Merry Christmas, Darling" by the Carpenters. Don't laugh.
It is.
It was amazing. Karen Carpenter
On my list.
The best voice.
Oh, yeah. So we're saying this is on your good favorite list because
it's on my favorite list. Absolutely.
Man, I have a soft spot in my heart for the Carpenters that will just.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they can do no wrong, really.
I mean, they could craft a good.
Well, Richard was crazy, but other than that,
yeah.
Well,
There's a
Karen.
local tie to the Carpenters, our very own Mike Sidoni, who used to do movie reviews for us on the radio, and he ended up going to be the entertainment division director of AP News in Hollywood. He just took a hiatus and wrote the quintessential book on the Carpenters.
Really?
It just came out.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, talk amongst yourself. I'll go get it.
Okay.
wow.
and I will do Sean, and then we'll do you, Fitz.
All right.
Is that okay?
Do me last, just like always.
Yeah, save the best for last.
So fairy tale.
Look at
It's in a picture book. That's a
awesome.
huge book.
Oh, it's called Carpenter's Musical Legacy. It's 300 some pages. It is every photo, every invoice.
That's like the
every,
encyclopedia of the Carpenters.
it is. It's every contract. It's every. It's all the. We call it the discography of every song.
Cool.
He sat down with Richard Carpenter for over 100 hours and got all the details.
And
for
he's
this
still
book.
alive?
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just came out on Amazon. So Carpenter's Musical Legacy. Ding. Now I'm out of breath.
Well, I mean, you sprinted down the hall like a crazy man. Like,
Do you still you still have a number one? You have to tell us there, Scotty,
That's the problem.
or just another. Doesn't matter if it's the
You know,
right order. Or
I
just,
know you may want to beg to differ because it's kind of like the Beatles of terrible Christmas songs. It's like a love song between a middle-aged man and his new.
So this is Christmas. What have you done?
No. It's kind of a love song between a middle-aged man and his new Casio
like
keyboard.
that song.
wait, what?
And-
Middle-aged man and what?
And his new Casio keyboard. It's like a black hole of masculinity, just completely just.
I think I kind of will love this.
You know, it's,
I want to know now.
this powerful song is enough to suck the soul out of every song that he did. Paul McCartney's "Wonderful Christmas
Oh
Time."
yeah.
Oh, then I wonderful, having a wonderful Christmas time.
Simply
Spirits up.
having a wonderful Christmas time.
Oh, I saw a great meme yesterday about that, saying basically he's about to have a seance and then gets interrupted. Spirits up, the tides are high. It's like, oh, just simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
I did. That song came out freshman year of high school, and I was a big Beatle head at that time, and I liked it.
Paul McCartney can do no wrong, even when he's his most.
Say.
Have you been watching Get Back on Disney Channel?
I'm almost done with it, and that still reaffirms my love for him. I just
I have yet to watch it.
That's that scene where
He's my guy.
he's riffing and coming up with "Get Back" right. I
know. Yeah.
You're just like watching the magic happen. It's amazing.
Watching it was amazing.
Yeah.
I agree. And then he's working out. Long and winding road. He's working that out as he's sitting there with cameras on him. I'm like, I could never do that. That whole environment and their whole process to me is just, it's so unlike the way I've learned how to write songs, and really fascinating. It's like they're trying to find them. Like, they're just going to keep throwing stuff out. Someone will say, "All right, that's what we need." And and another thing is it's interesting, and we won't keep digressing about this, but. They've got not just the band, but all these other people in the room, and they're all kind of like adding opinions and criticisms. But, on the majority of the songs, it's Lennon and McCartney are getting the credit. And man, the way
a lot of other input
in my experience has been, man, if you've got 5 people in the room, they're all going to get a fifth of that song. It doesn't matter, if somebody just for being there, you're going to get a part of it. Yeah. And the way that they split that, I mean, I really think that I'm sure it had a lot to do with that band not staying together, because you've got, John and Paul would have been making so much more money than George.
Shawnee
Those are my top 3.
Yay!
Cool. Simply having wonderful Christmas time. I love that song. I love that goofy ass Casio production on that, because you're right. Yeah. It's like, you can either say it's just so ridiculously cheesy. It's like,
but it's also happy.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah,
it made the sound. The sound was actually the sound of when that came out. It was like, it was like everybody's familiar with that if they had their own little Casio keyboard, Yeah.
There was the demo. It was like the Casio keyboard was in demo mode, and he just sang along with it.
You know what? It sounded like one of those practice rooms in Dunkirk Middle School in the music room.
That's why you love it.
Exactly.
That's why you love it.
Okay, what do you got for us, Sean?
So as I already said, Fairy Tale of New York. I agree with you that it really is a depressing song, but in a way, I do think that the characters are finding redemption in that lyric. So
Right. Yeah.
I do see the bright side of it, or that side. And just, to start out a song with "It was Christmas in the drunk tank," it's like, how can you not love that? That's like this. And the melody, it has that sort of hanging, weird, dissonant melody at the beginning of it. I almost like it. I almost want to say that I love that song. I love it until it goes to until it goes to the 6/8 time when it starts out and it's the ballad. It's so awesome. And part of me says, don't ruin it with the when they starts to go to the
going to the SpongeBob theme.
6/8. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so but also just us being Irish Catholics, how can you not? I love that song. That song just.
Who didn't have to bail out an uncle on Christmas Eve?
Exactly. So anyway, I love that one. Another one I was thinking that I think we hated on this last year, and it's like low-hanging fruit to hang on. Excuse the barking dogs.
Thought it was your ass. It's fine.
Got a turtle again.
I kind of have a new appreciation. Last year at Christmas, my wife insisted upon us watching Love Actually. Mm-hmm. And as much as everyone loves to hate on Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, the montage at the end of that movie when it's her singing that song and everyone kind of gets what they want for Christmas is like one of the most ridiculously happy scenes in a movie ever. It's like,
I gotta say, that's what did it for me too.
If you don't smile when she's singing that song and everyone's kind of getting, everything's kind of working out for everybody, it's like you don't have a soul, So I kind of have a.
So is that your?
I'm going to say that I really kind of love that now because of that movie. Conversely, there was another version of that song and I think we talked about this last year. Maybe we didn't. Vince Vance and the Valiants did a version of that. And they did it in the wrong key. And the female vocalist, I don't know what her name was. She just sounds like she's struggling so bad to hit the high notes, and it's just painful to listen to. That version, seriously, it would be torturous for me to have to listen to that song.
What actually did it for me with that song? What turned me to like it was, and I think I said this last year too, when Jimmy Fallon used to do the recordings in the office with the Roots, and they were playing office equipment and whatnot, and she did that, and where the little kids would pop up in front of the screen going I was like, okay, that's so fucking adorable. I love it.
I loved all of the Mariah Carey memes this year, though. That was just great.
I saw some good ones. Actually, you know what? I think maybe I should knock Fairy Tale of New York maybe out of number one, because I would say that I do think the Christmas song, as performed by Nat King Cole,
classic.
It's perfect. It really is. It's perfect.
It's lovely.
My only caveat about that song is that the chord changes, I have to relearn them every year because the chord changes are kind of out there. And
oh, really?
I love the chord changes, but it's like every year, like, how do you play that thing again? My dog's going nuts. Hey, Hankers.
The mailman's here.
Oh, there you go.
Welcome to Nashville.
Yeah, but I do love that song, and the Nat King Cole recording of it, to me, is one of the most sublimely wonderful recordings ever. It's perfect. Hankers, come here, buddy.
Let's see the puppy.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Can we see Hank?
Hey, I don't know if instrumentals count, but the Vince Guaraldi "Christmas Time Is Here," the instrumental version of that just kills me every single year. I can't get enough of that song.
Same
not
here.
Not the chorus version, but the instrumental version. Mm-hmm. It's just so jazzy.
Wait, is that the one when Snoopy is skating?
Yeah.
Is that the one when Snoopy is skating, or is that I can't?
No.
There's one version where all the kids are singing, and then there's one that's just instrumental.
Those changes are so cool. I love it. I agree.
All right. Is that what you got for favorite?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Fitzgerald.
I'm really going with the nostalgia. I can't stop. But nostalgia, Christmas music is all about nostalgia for me.
Absolutely, yeah. It's about the past.
So, like Scott says, any Christmas song by the Carpenters, I just, Karen Carpenter's voice is just the sound of an angel as far as I'm concerned.
Reminds me of an AM clock radio.
Merry Christmas, Darling is on my list. I don't really know which 1, 2, and 3 are here. But Trans-Siberian Orchestra, what's the name of the song?
Ding, fries are done.
Christmas in Sarajevo or whatever the fuck that is.
Ding, fries are done, right? Ding, fries are done.
I've seen them live 3 times, and it's the most impressive show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's just, no matter where you are, you get burned by the pyro. It doesn't matter where you are in the place, you get burned. You feel the heat. But anyway, gosh,
I always get confused with Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
There's no trans joke here, please. I'm done with that.
Nope. You lose a job that way.
How do you really feel, Mr. Chappelle?
I know, right?
Anyway, what's your third song, Fitz?
Geez, this year I'm gonna have to go with the Rat Pack version of Marshmallow World.
Oh,
the live version of that. Yeah.
I just heard that on the radio, Sirius radio in the car this weekend, and as I was listening, I was like, I hate this song because I hate marshmallows.
Because you hate marshmallows?
Yes.
Wow.
okay. That works.
All right.
I just love how they're just having a great time singing that, and it kind of reminds me of could you imagine what it would have been like to be at the casino when they were out there shooting Ocean's 11 and just decided to jump on stage and do a show, to be there and see that would be amazing.
It would have been magnificent.
Cool. All right, now to the fun ones, the 3 that we hate. I don't know. These are not in any particular order. I don't think, because I equally hate them all. But I told you,
your hatred is even.
Yeah, I already told you. Oh, I added in a couple extra. Santa Baby, Madonna. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Just shut the fuck up. And
is that the one with hippopotamus?
Nope.
I don't want a hippopotamus. All I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
That is number 1 on my list.
Yeah.
Is the number. Yeah.
That's.
Wasn't that the
Gayla
B-side of 2
Peavy.
front teeth? I thought that was the B-side of 2 front teeth. It was like the same kid.
Nope. Nope. What? They're interchangeable, annoying children. On those.
I kind of love that one. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I kind of love it.
You know what I think it is for me? I'm very sound sensitive, and if somebody has that, low vocal fry or that timbre, it's just like.
Yeah, I can dig it.
So that's what there. And another one we can all probably. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah.
I hate that one. And then I don't know how anybody likes this song, but whatever. The Christmas Shoes.
Oh God, please.
Christmas Shoes.
No.
I'm not familiar with this one.
I think
ready?
I know. Is it a sad song?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like about a mom
dead.
dying or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a band called New Song, and it's also something they probably want to put on their to-do schedule because they need a new song than this. But the story is about, it's just another manipulative tearjerker about some young boy who's watching his mom on her deathbed, and he wants to buy his mom a new pair of shoes when she needs.
Oh God. Okay, I've never heard it, but I hate it.
Kid.
I've never heard it, but you've convinced me it's terrible. Yeah.
It's horrible. And you know what? You can't help but be like, boo!
No, see, I hate that like gratuitous sort of, it's gratuitous. It's like it appeals to like there's just like all this just not nostalgic, but just
it's almost like almost a combination of, well, I don't know, Romeo and Juliet, where somebody dies and gift to the Magi. So she gets to wear the new shoes in her coffin for the wake.
Wearing them for all eternity.
Yeah, exactly. So
you can listen to The Christmas Shoes if you want to listen for it.
Yes, The Christmas Shoes.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah.
I think I'll pass.
In that same vein, my number one, the same kind of tearjerker, country-esque, whatever. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas.
You stole my John Denver
John
song.
Denver. A real uplifting tune.
There is certainly, there's nothing like holiday cheer when your kid's pleading with his emotionally abusive dad not to get cocked under the Christmas tree.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Mr. Spezzano?
Well, you took my number. You took my John Denver song.
No way!
Yeah, man. That's what I. That's
you took his John Denver.
Who, by the way, I do keenly like his voice. He had a great voice. He really did.
An incredibly white voice. He sounds like he never
70s.
listened to the blues for 2 seconds. Like ever. Like, he never heard of it. Zero.
I am going to give one of my top threes of bad is Baby It's Cold Outside. Now, it's been a lot of controversy. Whoever does it's a new version every year. Yeah. But it's problematic. It's kind of rapey, and it has
a little rapey.
And if you've ever tried to sing it in karaoke, you can fail miserably. It's very difficult to sing when you're duetting with someone on this. It's not just back and forth. There's some crossover.
Stepping over and
and my wife and I tried it one year and we failed miserably, and that's why I hate it even more. And Zoe Zinfandel, or whatever her name is, and the other guy singing it, that's the worst version of it.
Zinfandel?
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, Zinfandel.
Is it Red Zinfandel?
I love her.
Zinfandel?
I love her so much.
She overdoes the quirky.
There's the Dean Martin version is the classic one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I love it, and I think it's flirtatious, but I think saying that it's rapey, I don't know.
In this day and age of wokeness and things like that, it's drawn a lot of controversy lately.
I know.
And I always have a problem with people looking at history through today's lens. You can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Or trying to just say, like, in a case like that, I think it's a great song. We look at it with a different perspective years after its inception. But it would be kind of like saying, well, is the Sistine Chapel not a great work of art because Michelangelo was a pervert? It's still a great, it's still a great work of art.
A lot of that happening now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. If you're an older person and understand the context of that time period, he's just, if you think what it's supposed to be, innocent, like, she's like, oh, I need to go home. I'm a proper woman. And he's like, oh, just cuddle a little bit more with me,
my sister think.
What?
But what would my sister think? If they had Uber back then, this wouldn't even be a song.
Exactly. So anyway.
So another bad one in my book is Justin Bieber did a song called Mistletoe.
Yeah.
And he uses the word shorty in it. And I'm done. You're done. If you ever listen for it, Justin Bieber's Mistletoe, it's really bad. It's so bad, it's bad.
I will never eat Timbits again. Tim Biebs.
You must be hurting for money.
Seriously. Fucking donut commercial for Tim Hortons.
And you're all going to hate me, but I'm sorry, but I have to say the classic Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is on
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
was afraid. I was afraid to say that.
Okay, don't be afraid. It's okay because one, I should be embarrassed because I had the honor of playing saxophone with Clarence Clemens on stage in Rochester at a Nick and the Nice Guys benefit.
Oh
And
my God.
And it was amazing. It was like my most cherished photograph. He signed my sax.
Wow.
The song just, I don't know what it does. I don't know why.
I think Springsteen, basically, he's been like 4 different singers. Like he has different modes that he kind of approaches a song from vocally. And I'm not a fan of when he sings like that either. Like he has that, he brings that real raucous Santa Claus coming. It's like it's certainly not sonically pleasant.
Right.
So
I do have to say, I take a small. I take a small amount of pleasure in that song when it plays because just one part of it. I love when Clarence starts doing the ho ho ho's. It was Clarence, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And then where Bruce is trying to get out the Santa Claus and he's kind of laughing, like I'm like
giggle in there, yeah.
Yeah, he's like Santa Claus, whatever, and like that just makes me. Oh, those guys were having fun. That's all.
There's landmark live recordings that are famous that have notable like screw ups in it or something like that. My favorite one is at the end of Benny and the Jets where someone goes,
yeah.
You know that part? At the end of Benny and the Jets when he's riffing at the end?
Yeah.
Like, that was my grandfather. He did that. That was on And then an honorable mention for the worst, and I'm done after this, is anything by Pentatonics. Now you got to give them a lot of credit for being like, harmonies that tight, but I mean, you're talking a bunch of Gap mannequins that wake up in the middle of the night and they sing. I need soul, not
Gap mannequins
that were music minors
come to
at
life
the
when the mall
community
closes
college.
Yeah. Anything by Pentatonics, I'm sorry, but they're too perfect.
Yeah. All right, Sean, SPMCG in the house. Hey.
I don't want to say that I hate to use the word hate, but I'll give you 3 that I'm really over.
Causes you discomfort.
Yeah, it's just too strong of an emotion for. I mean, I can.
But it gets viewers.
And I also my number one that I'm maybe just overhearing, and I love the production and I love the playing on this song, but the vocal to me is, and I'm going to be, please don't anyone who listens to this or hears me hate on me for this, but Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee, because she it's a little bit it's an over stylized rendition of the song. And which, she was like 12 or whatever when she sang it, so she can be forgiven for not having really. But I say this with the caveat because I met her once, about maybe 10 years ago, and she was so disarmingly nice that how can you not? I mean, I absolutely.
I feel bad for dissing you, Brenda.
Yeah. She was so cool. I mean, I just love her to death, and I love Brenda Lee, but. It's really over stylized, and I'm burnt on it. I don't need to hear it again. But it is a classic.
Okay.
I hate to say I hate it, but if I never hear it again, I'm good.
All right.
We have that song trapped in an animated Santa Claus downstairs that rocks back and forth with a little speaker in his butt.
God.
And that song is trapped in my house forever.
We had that one.
Ellie hasn't ripped it apart yet.
Oh, yeah.
I shot it.
Another and it could kind of just be anybody by the singer, and the irony is I grew up listening to the Andy Williams Christmas record.
Oh hell yeah, that was a Dunkirk staple.
Grew up, I mean, that was my mom's go-to every year, the Andy Williams, and now I hear it and I'm going, he's such a white bread singer again. It's like hang out with some black people for God's sakes. Get drunk before you go in the studio. It's
Spice
like
it up, Andy.
wonderful time of the year. It's like, oh my God! It's like that performance to me is just so cashmere sweater, just so straight laced. It has no edge to it. Yeah, it's geeky.
When he added Claudine Lange.
Who then she was a murderer. Remember? Yep. She killed it. She killed the dude. Spider Savage. She killed him.
Yeah.
Right? She did it, right?
Yeah.
He was a race car driver.
Yeah. No,
skier.
slalom skier.
Oh, no, that's right. He was a skier.
Olympic skier.
So
famous.
but I think most wonderful time of the year. I can't handle it. And then again, sacrilege, but just because it's a really, really bad, for me, not what he should ever be known for is that the Frank Sinatra version of Jingle Bells. Where at the beginning, I hear those Jingle bells. It's so
Bells.
Yeah, it's it's almost so bad it's good, but it's
Frank
just
just discovered Vegas.
Yeah, that would have to be my other one. Jingle bells. Hey, it's like, oh,
thanks
dude.
for putting that in my head.
Yeah, Frank, you jumped the shark on that one.
I like that one.
And I only hate on it because I love Frank Sinatra so much. I mean, I talk about someone I geek out over. I freaking love Frank Sinatra, but that version of that song by him, it's painful.
Smooth.
It's painful.
I agree.
So,
is that it?
Yep.
Yay. Fitz.
Okay, yeah.
What, you got
I have
one
another
left?
one, but I'm sure someone else is going to hate on it. And I don't.
Go ahead.
And I used to hate on it, but if someone brings this up, I'll say why you shouldn't hate on it. Anyway,
What is it?
the Christmas donkey song.
Oh, yeah.
Dominic the donkey. That's
we
right.
did that. We did that last year. I was like,
I mean,
fuck you and your donkey.
No one else chose
wait,
that?
I hate that
I would
song.
figure that has to be. I hated it. I hated it too. But then again, this is kind of like maybe like the experience I had with Love Actually, where it's like I came around to liking the Mariah Carey song. I hated Dominic the Christmas Donkey. I mean, it's really, it's like, it
Was it in a movie?
It defines everything it's why you hate novelty songs, right?
Yeah. I thought
However, earlier this year, I went on a motorcycle trip in early May, and on the trip, it got really cold, and we were freezing our asses off, me and the guys I was riding with. And one of the guys I was out, Scott Meyer from Dunkirk, New York. Remember him from school?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Scott has a really kick-ass stereo system on his Harley, and we would stop, and I'd be like, I can't get warm. I'm so freaking cold. I'm so freaking cold. And Scott would have Dominic the Christmas Donkey cranked up, and this is the middle of May, on his motorcycle as we stopped, and he'd get up and he would start dancing, and we'd be dancing around the parking lot like at these rest stops trying to get warm to Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
I would pay.
Yes, exactly. So now it puts a smile on my face because I could just see Scott dancing around in his leathers to that song, and it's just
oh my god,
now.
he was 2 years ahead of me and Sean, and he was so cute. He's one of those older boys that you're like, oh, he's so cute.
He's probably
anyway, I would pay to see that.
Probably watch this.
I know. Yay! Do you remember me? Peg Madigan, do you remember me?
The whole thing could have been solved if you didn't have assless chaps.
Well, chaps by definition are assless.
I was going to say,
I guess you're right.
Yeah,
I guess you're right.
And Dominic, a donkey is an ass, so
there you go.
Scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, they're just pants.
Pleather pants. All right, Fitz.
All right. So, just like my favorites were all about nostalgia, the ones that I dislike are mostly about because they're just so fucking overplayed that it has.
Well, when you work in radio, yeah.
Especially working with at the Christmas station. So it's been mentioned. I don't remember how it was mentioned today, but the Happy Christmas with John and Yoko.
Oh, yeah. War is over.
And so this is
war is
Christmas.
over.
What have you done?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, with her singing in the background, you hear it. It just makes me want to slap everyone that's close to me.
You're wondering, somebody who's in a relationship, and you're like, what the hell are you doing with this person? And they're just like, I'm so in love, like that.
Yeah, watching Get Back. I'm watching it, and there's quite a few scenes where she's sitting there and they're working on stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, we're just looking at this person who slowly destroyed everything.
I do have an interesting story. A friend of mine lives down in Oneonta, and they got a kind of a farmhousey thing up on the mountain, and their across the way neighbor is Yoko Ono, who lives in Oneonta, New York. And when John and Yoko lived there, John would go downtown and he'd go into these little stores and stuff, and he would like they'd have like a can out for a fundraiser. Like he would get one of his people to take the can, get all the information, and donate like $20,000.
That's
It's a cool story about John. So
Cool.
just my little glimpse of fame with that.
I love that. That's great. I love hearing those stories.
McCartney lives outside of Crowborough in England, or Norwich, one of the places I stayed when I toured there a gazillion years ago. And everybody I met in that town, I think it was Norwich, excuse me. Like everybody I met, like, oh yeah, if you hang around here long enough, you'll see him. Like Paul McCartney, like he goes to the grocery store himself, like, or yeah, like you'll see him if you hang around long enough, you'll run into him. Like, how cool is that?
His current wife has a tie to Syracuse. I guess her family's from there, and then also a tie with Skinny Atlas. Anyway, go ahead, Fitz.
It was only a few. Well, I say a few years ago, could be as many as 10 now. Where the theme song for the Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation movie started getting played on the radio as a Christmas song, and that kind of bothered me. Because I was like, this is just the theme song for Christmas Vacation.
I don't think I know what that is.
Christmas Vacation.
Artist on a Christmas movie.
Da, 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 da.
Hey, come here.
It's by Mavis Staples.
Staples. Mavis Staples rocks.
Yeah, she's like the greatest singer of all time.
Yeah.
I don't like that song. I like it as the beginning of Christmas Vacation, but then
that's kind of
along the same line. So we're going to actually give four here. There's a Dolly Parton song where she says "Hard Candy Christmas."
Oh yeah.
There's nothing Christmas about that song at all, except that she says "a hard candy Christmas." If you listen to the lyrics, none of it is about Christmas.
Well,
Really? It's Dolly, man. You can't don't hate on Dolly. We're gonna have
I'm not hating on Dolly. I'm hating on the fact that they play it as a Christmas song. Warm does this all the time. They play that song. I'm like, this isn't a Christmas song.
You know what? Baby, it's cold outside has nothing to do with Christmas either.
Yeah, but it's cold. At least,
It's snowing, right?
It's snowing. Jesus. That was just my little rant. It really doesn't have much.
I put out a Christmas record last year, and I included a song on it I wrote called "Jesus Had Two Daddies." People go, that's not a Christmas song. And yes, it is. It talks about the birth of baby Jesus. Therefore, it's a Christmas song.
Jesus had two daddies.
He really did.
And you were worrying about making trans jokes. My goodness.
No, he's got Joseph and God.
This song is actually all about tolerance and acceptance. So
that's fantastic.
My
queer friends love it. So
most
it's great.
Most people that want to talk about Jesus are not very tolerant or accepting. So.
Well, don't you? I mean, don't you see it? He did. It was Joseph and God. He had two daddies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whiz through these so
right,
we can
my
get
last
to.
one is Stephen. You let it snow, but you go ahead, move on.
Oh.
Why?
Because it's just like Sean said with the Andy Williams and that kind of thing. Like the performance is so freaking over the top and annoying now.
Milk toast.
That's such a great song, though.
Milk toast.
The song itself is
It
wonderful.
reeks of cheese.
I agree with the milk toast assessment, but that song is
it's
just
smarmy.
Great song. Love it.
Yeah.
Well,
hate the performance. Don't hate the piece.
There you go.
Well, I don't hate the song. I just hate their version of it.
I'm picking up what you're saying, but yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if any of you have this last category, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. Oh, actually, Sean, you did what you texted me earlier. But here's my I have two odd, disturbing things that I've known about, and I came across them again. I was like, The first one is Christmas with Satan. James White. James Chance or James White
Santa.
and the Blacks.
Yeah, they just spelled it wrong. It's a typo.
No, it's like jazz punk. It was from 1982, and it's just like, it's almost Mr. Bungle-esque to bring up Sean and Sean, Grasshoppers band Mercury Rev.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of avant-garde. He like played the saxophone and it was punk. So look it up, Christmas with Satan, and there's just a lot of yelling.
I see it.
And then the other one to come full circle. So we mentioned, I mentioned Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens by Run DMC.
Yeah.
And somebody mentioned about the horn section. That's another weird song that horn section comes from a song by Clarence Carter.
Oh shit, Clarence Carter.
Backdoor Santa.
Oh yeah.
That's right, Backdoor Santa. That's right.
about as inappropriate as you can get. Some of those.
Because we'd be
what kind of
stroking.
innuendo is he trying to be? Innuendo.
A double entendre through the entire thing. 1968. I make all the little girls happy while all the little boys are out to play.
Oh, yeah, in the bar where
Couldn't
I
say
actually
that now.
met my wife there. Back in those days, they had a what the fuck's it called?
You'd be
God damn it!
stroking karaoke anthem. I don't know what you're trying
Holy
to say.
crap! I'm stroking out here. Jukebox. Thank you, Scott.
Oh,
A jukebox with 45s in it, and they had Clarence Carter's version of "Stroking" in there, which
I'll be
was.
stroking. Ding,
And if
ding,
my stuff
ding,
ain't
ding.
tight enough, you can stick it up and he's stroking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, to top off that Backdoor Santa,
Backdoor
nasty
Santa.
song, Backdoor Santa, the grand poobah of lyrics was, I ain't like old Saint Nick who only comes but once a year.
Oh, wow.
Pew, 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 pew.
But he comes all over the world. It's epic.
There you
Sounds
have
like
it.
fun for the
Anybody
whole
else have any
family.
odd
Yeah.
ones?
And scene.
Anybody
Fun for
else
the
have
whole
any
family.
odd, creepy? What?
I said it's fun for the whole family. That song, sure.
Exactly.
Wow.
What were those two you sent me, Sean?
Those were written by my friend Lonnie Flemmer. White Trash Christmas. There are a bunch of different versions of that title, but Lonnie's is the funniest. I loved that. And then the other one I sent you was called Even Nazis Are Nights at Christmas.
Remember the Red Baron and the Snoopy Christmas song?
Right,
yeah.
they all stopped to play soccer or something, didn't they?
Yes.
Wasn't that the Beach Boys or no?
I am going to stick my neck out, and maybe you can use it as an Easter egg in the comments below. But there is one song that is so very offensive and so absolutely horrible that it cannot even be mentioned on a podcast where there are no FCC regulations. And I'll give you a hint. It was by the one and only Freak of the Week, Tiny Tim.
Oh my.
I can't say it. I can't bring myself to say it because there's no good way to say the name of the song and to say the subject matter of it. And maybe if you want to
Is
put
it
a
a
link to
Christmas
it,
song?
it's a Christmas song. Yep.
I can
It was
only
recorded
guess.
in 1980. I was digging a lot of digging, and
Wow. Look at
it
you.
was, Tiny Tim was that weirdo with the ukulele with the falsetto voice. Yes. And it was released in 19.
Oh, I see which one it is.
You see what I'm talking about?
Santa Claus has got blank, 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 blank.
Yes.
Yeah.
See
Wow,
why?
that's-
Do you understand why?
Jeez,
All
yeah,
right.
that's.
You
And the
gotta
song's
leave a
horrible.
comment and ask what the song was to know.
Okay. And click the like button and subscribe while you're at it.
Smash that like button.
Poor Santa.
Subscribe.
At least medical science has caught up. for Santa.
Exactly.
I thought you meant Tiny
Tim's
Tim.
dead.
Have any of you guys?
Medical science left Tiny Tim in the dust,
Have
unfortunately.
any of you seen this? I guess it's a newer supposedly Christmas movie with Mel Gibson called Fat Man.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Don't.
It's a bad.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's 90 minutes of your life you'll never get back. And, yeah.
Well, I mean, we're almost at 90 minutes here for this. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we are
I had some
not.
friends come over a couple of weeks ago. My friend Randy was like, "Yeah, man, we got to watch this movie, Fat Man. It looks really funny." And to not insult him, I didn't turn it off. If I'd been watching it by myself, I think I would have gotten maybe 10 minutes in and said, "All right, this is trash."
Oy, yeah.
It's so bad. It's
All right. We'll cross that one off the list.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here. Anybody got any quick last ones? Nope. Speak now, forever hold your
We've
peace.
exhausted it for 1 year. Next year we'll come back and do it again.
All right. Thank you for joining us with our second annual Christmas songs we strongly dislike. Sean renamed it. Or we're tired of. We're over. Whatever. I want to thank you so much.
Ruffle our hackles.
Oh, that's right.
Sticking our
Get
craw.
our hackles up. Stuck in our craw. I like that one. Sean Patrick McGraw. Check him out on everything.
Everything.
On the Googles.
On the Googles.
And the Google's there.
Thank you, Dunkirk Homeboy.
Hey.
Scott Spezzano, Rochester Homeboy.
Thank
Check
you.
him out on 98.9 The Buzz mornings, doing that stuff. Fitz, Rockfox Studios, rockfox.com for all your recording needs and purveyor of this lovely recording studio. And me, Madge Madigan. Please subscribe while you're here and enjoy your Christmas and share in the comments some of your favorite or most hated Christmas songs.
Remember,
And
Santa only comes once a year.
thanks, Clarence Carter.
Ew.
And on that note, until next week, thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was fun.